I need you out of my house. And she turns and just like punches him 3 times in the face, like splits his eyebrow, splits his lip. And then he like kind of just like grabbed her and was like, all right, I'm fucking done with this. He grabbed her, pulled her out of the house, pushed her into her car, and then walked back inside. And she called the cops, called us, saying like, "Oh yeah, like I'm just trying to get my stuff." And my dad's like, he like choked me and like strangled me. I couldn't breathe. We get there. Um, she had no bruising or any sort of signs of injury around her neck or anywhere else. Which, if you're strangled to the point that you can't breathe for any amount of time longer than like I don't know 5 seconds, you're gonna have bruising, especially if you're as white as this chick was. She was like pale. So like, you're pretty confident that she's lying. And the dad, his face is fucked up. So we're like, okay, you're the primary aggressor here. So we arrested her, took her to jail. I was like, surprise for you, you called the cops, and now you're the one going to fucking prison because you beat the shit out of your dad because he wanted you out of his house.
And then tried to play the damsel in distress card and get him arrested for false battery. Like, fuck that.
Of course. Yeah. She was young. I think she was born in, she was 22. She was born in 2004. So yeah, she's some stupid 22-year-old kid trying to like blame
she's
her
my
dad and
sister's age, and I could totally see my sister pulling some bullshit like that.
And she's heard all the stories about them.
I like the part where Alec just is like, and so she called the cops, and he's like, "Wait, I am the cops." You know?
Yeah,
well,
I'm still getting used to that.
She called us. You know, I like the thought of just Alec just being there and like, yeah, and I was just walking down the road, and anyway, so she calls the cops, and like, just the whole
he's a lone wolf.
Like, that's me.
He's like a police subcontractor.
Yeah, just a civilian in a weird place. Like, yeah, so I'll watch this whole thing.
No, even better. He's at the crime. He's at a scene. As it engages, it goes, "Oh shit! You should call the cops." Wait,
wait, that's me. No, it has been fun. Like for that call specifically, we were, I don't know, maybe like if we were driving the speed limit, hitting all the stoplights would have been like probably 15, 20 minutes to get there. I got there in like 7 minutes because it was a potentially life-threatening call that we got because we didn't have all the information. We just had, oh, my dad tried to strangle me. So we're like, okay, we got to get there now. So I got to go lights and sirens, clearing intersections, going like 60 miles in a 45, and then we got on the highway. I was going like 100 miles an hour. So that is the fun part of the job. Is when you get a call like that, you get to fucking haul ass in a car legally and run red lights.
And then the unfun part is that you actually have to deal with those people.
Yeah, that part wasn't as much fun. She's just saying like, wait, like I called you guys, like he pushed me and that's why I punched him and he tried to choke me. Like, why am I getting arrested? And we're like, well, I mean, there's no signs of, not saying you're lying, but there's no signs of injuries to you. We have witnesses who are kind of poking holes in your story and your dad's face.
You don't have to be here.
Yeah, and also like you didn't have to be here. Like, what do you mean? She didn't seem the smartest, but yeah.
So, I read this thing, and it gave me a theory why Florida has so many odd people. Apparently, if you take pure cane sugar juice, like from freshly squeezed, you can let it ferment for a couple of hours, and it becomes alcohol. And I heard there's a lot of sugar fields down there in Florida. So I'm just guessing these people are just drunk all the time. Hence the Florida man stories.
I mean, that's not a bad theory. Everyone is just perpetually just a little bit buzzed and just making stupid decisions.
I will say I was in high school in Florida, and that's kind of where I discovered weed. So yeah, once I became of age, I was pretty much faded the whole time I lived in Florida.
All right, before we get into the recap, I just wanted to go over a few housekeeping things. One, if you failed your uh, luck check from your pre-roll, so you rolled higher than what your current number is, roll a d10 and add that to your luck level. You want more? Yeah. Hi. Cool.
Hello.
Hello.
They say hi
Hello.
back. You want more? Scoop some out. Uh, like I said, I knew that first session we would definitely not get into combat or anything unless you guys are like somehow figured out the module I was running and severely cheated to kind of speed run it. So I didn't cover combat insanity, but now that you guys are out and exploring, that definitely has a higher chance of happening. So I just wanted to give a refresher on it. Sanity. That will be used not only for things that blow your mind, but things that can make you paranoid. Uh, After all, if you have something jump out at you, and it's even if it's a rabbit, but you're like down by the deck, it can still give you a small panic attack. So I will ask for sanity rolls. The D100 compared to your current sanity. A lot of them, if you pass, you'll take 0. Some you will take a point loss regardless, because some things are just that messed up. And then on a failure, could be as low as 1, could be a D8 or a D10. And I'll tell you when then. If you lose 5 or more points of sanity in one turn, then you will have to make an intelligence roll to see if you understand it. Failing that, you become temporarily insane, which could be fun for a number of rounds equal to 1d10. So it could be just a quick, or it could take you out of the fight completely. If you lose 8 or more in a in-game day, then you become indefinitely insane, where you will have either a phobia or a mania that stays with you until you're able to take your character and give them proper treatment that usually lasts a few months. Talk to a psychologist, therapist to work through your issues to kind of heal yourself a little bit. That's more full campaign, but not necessary. But still, it's just something to think about. The way combat works, initiative is based upon your dexterity score. So if you have a 60 dexterity, then that's going to be what's used. You can make it fun by rolling and then layer it based upon level of success. Again, in a fuller campaign, that would be an option to look at because you're going to have more combat situations. For this, we'll just use the normal dexterity standard. If you have a gun readied in your hand, so it's loaded, safety off, you'll get a 50 plus 50 to your dexterity. So it really jumps you up because it's a lot faster to pull the trigger than to swing a club. We're going to do that based off a little realism. If you're in a house full of people and you hear a little noise, you're not going to go check it out with your weapon drawn, loaded, and ready to pop off. Because, well, it could be one of your kids, your partner, or an animal. If you're home alone, you're more likely to. So, it's just that little bit of logic. With the combat, you do have distance and melee. Your gun being distance, or if you're throwing something, roll to hit. If one of your partners is in melee with the enemy already, Think of it as, they're struggling with each other, they're fighting, they're moving. You take a penalty die on your shot because, well, they're moving. If you fumble while one of your allies is in melee, you hit you hit your ally. You screwed up that bad. So you can still shoot somebody, and just might not be somebody you want to. So just something to consider. If you get a critical or an extreme success, you will get extra bonus to the damage. If you are what's called point blank range, which is 1/5 of your dexterity in terms of feet, like that's how far away you are from them, you'll get a bonus die. D&D, you got penalized for being too close because they figured you're trying to shoot an arrow and you're able to slap it to the side and miss. Well, somebody comes to smack out your gun and you're like 3 feet away, you're going to shoot them before their hand gets close enough. In all logistical honesty. So you actually get a bonus from that. What else? Melee, again. This is a lot more theater of the mind, and their rounds are more fluid. It's not just 6 seconds and that's all you get. It's more what can you do in a reasonable time frame. So if, say, you're in a room and there's a sword hanging on the wall and you say, I rip the sword off the wall and I chop it down at the enemy. Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable action. We could do that. If you say, I take the sword down, I pull out a honing stone and start sharpening it, and then I swing it, yeah, that's not going to fly in one round. One moment.
How y'all doing today, by the way? I snuck in here. Sounds like Florida's popping off. How about the rest of the world?
Yeah, just another day at work. Came home, made grilled pork chops and green beans and some grilled potatoes, and then took a long ass shower and watched the new Kelsey Cook stand up. Busy, not bad though.
I just heard a podcast episode that was talking about Maine, but it was talking about cryptids specific to the Maine area, and it, like, I don't know, described some monster, some like wolf monster, man monster thing. It was interesting, and I was like, huh. But it described the countryside really well. I was like, oh goddamn, sounds dope up there.
Oh, it is, dude. And yeah, we've got a few cryptids, for sure. We had the cryptozoology museum in Portland, like 10 minutes from my house, and it was basically just a museum of like toys and shit. And then a bunch of like photos and castings of what they think are like, Bigfoot feet or sheddings from like a giant snake that's supposed to somehow survive up here, and like all this other shit. It was pretty sick. They moved it to Bangor, like 2 hours north of here, but yeah, they're big on their cryptids, and I can see why, because it's fucking foggy and creepy and eerie and beautiful, and then all of a sudden, like the next day, it's like, oh, sunshine and rainbows, and we have the beach and the mountains. It was pretty fucking great.
And
But I
it
can
does
see why
like this
Stephen King
because
writes the way he does, because shit terrifies me around here. Just like walking around at like 5, 6 a.m. The fog is so thick you really can't see more than like 10, 15 feet sometimes. And it doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it fucking hits out of nowhere.
that's because Maine doesn't exist. It was created by Stephen King. All right. Sorry, I was laying down one child, and then I'll have to sing to the other one in a bit. But As I was saying, for melee, make up kind of what you want to do. In an attack, you do get some. You get a reaction, but it's not like you get one reaction per round. It's if they take a swing at you, you're allowed to fight back. You can fight back, throw a punch back at them. With that, whoever has the highest level of success wins. If on a tie, the person to initiate the punch wins and gets to hit you. If you go to dodge, like move out of the way, then on a tie, the person dodging succeeds because you got a lot more space to move around you out of the way than a fist is going to hit at any one time. And then if you make a maneuver, it kind of depends on the maneuver. Just as a heads up, since I know Dakota has listened to a bit of the live play, a lot of times the enemy just fights back. They don't always dodge or do a maneuver. If you take a swing at them, they're most likely going to swing back. Just as a heads up as you think through the game. Guns, one shot, you're fine. If most handguns allow you up to 3 in a round. If you want to take 3, you have to declare it before your first roll. And then you get a penalty die on each shot because you're going for speed over accuracy. Otherwise, the rest of it, I think we can make up as we go. Any questions?
Yeah, one question. Okay, explain the luck roll thing to me. Am I like, is that once per session or something? What were you saying about we could roll for some luck increase or something like that?
Yeah, so one of the alternative rules, so in a normal standard game, Call of Cthulhu, your luck score stays the same. So if it's 60, it'll always be 60. An alternative rule, as designed by the game and really works, is you can say, you know what? You're doing a spot hidden. I need 30, I got a 32. I want to succeed. I'm going to take 2 points from my luck and use it on this roll to get me down to that success. So now you'd have a score of what I say was 60, so 58 points of luck. So at the beginning of a session, if you're playing with that rule set, you can roll to get luck back. So you're not just spending the entire campaign watching your luck continuously drop and then you start hoarding. You spend a bit, you gain a little back throughout the games.
Okay, so but gain a little bit to max, right? Like there's a max for my character.
There is a max, which is the highest you'd be able to achieve. So what is your luck at now?
Like 50. So I didn't know if I were to roll, I could
Okay.
like stack my luck one way or the other, but
Yeah. So you started off with 50. So like for the pre-ritual, because that's what was voted on, you rolled. If what you rolled is 50 or lower, you get nothing. If you rolled 51 or higher, so you quote unquote failed, then apparently you can use a little bit more luck. So you can roll a d10 and add that to your luck pool. So it's one of those rolls you definitely want to roll higher on so you get a little bonus. That way, when you get to like 90, you're more than likely not going to get a lot of luck added to your pool. Whereas if you're down at 2 luck, you're going to get something back unless you roll a 1, right?
fair, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious how
So
that worked. But
yeah, it's just a fun mechanic so that when you really want to do something, you can it's still resource management. You are taking from your overall luck pool. So if I ask for a luck check later, you have a much lower score that you can hit. But when you really want that luck right now, you can use it right now. Like on the Time for Chaos, somebody burned 15 luck points to get a success. And they only did that because they would earn some back the next time they played.
Okay, yeah.
You wouldn't do that if it was gone.
Yeah, true. You'd hoard it for only the most dire of circumstance.
And then it would get annoying and frustrating, and by the end of it, you're like, you know what, let me get a new character so I get all my luck points back. Any other questions? All right, then we will begin with a recap. So our story began with our investigators arriving to the town of Gamewell, Massachusetts. They were summoned by a letter from Dodge Brothers Law offices, primarily Walter Dodge, to investigate their client, Arthur Cornthwaite, who mysteriously disappeared a few weeks back. They want to know what happened, and from what they said, the sheriff said he didn't see an issue, which is why they went out for outside resources. After a bit of discussion, the investigators found out that he had come back from South America, seemed antsy and agitated, maybe a little crazy, as he did order a dump truck full of salt, which, unless you're opening the saltiest restaurant on the planet, would be odd. The investigators did convince them to go through with it. They then proceeded to check in at the boarding house, get their rooms, where they found out pretty much there's no such thing as fun, and then decided to go investigate the house, where Silas had horrible luck finding a rock to bust the lock, until finally using a tire iron were able to smash it open. And so that is where we begin, with the investigators at the end of a drive leading to Arthur Cornthwaite's home. As you stand at the gate, a long driveway leading forward, you're surrounded by plants on both sides. The garden on both sides are full of trees, bushes, and flowers, as well as plants that do not look native to the region. As you move up the drive, you see what looks akin to a game trail on both sides. The garden seems to be a mixture of exquisite landscaping and untamed wilderness that demonstrates months of neglect after meticulous care. Thanks to the overgrowth of the trees, the further deep into the garden you go, the darker the shade becomes. Uh, Two of our investigators were able to see the roof of what would assume to be the mansion. Uh, Further ahead, although you can't really see it from the end of the gate, as well as the roof of a much smaller building to the right side of the drive. So that is where we will begin. What would you like to do as you stand at this freshly opened gate, staring down this drive? Actually, let me get I don't think anybody has botany, so let me get
Dodge. Wait, what?
Mech repair?
neck repair.
I don't know.
give me either a natural history, if anybody does have botany, although I'd be surprised, or an EDU or education score, because that's your knowledge.
Okay, I'll try out education.
It is going to
Is
be a hard for everybody except for Phineas. It will be a regular.
Okay. I just got to hit a 50. Less than, rather. And of course, I rolled an 82.
and what
I,
is
I,
the
I would like to request when we get through this an appraisal roll on the house as we walk up, just to see like what kind of money this dude has, like what kind of rich are we working with here?
You got it.
I got a
and
four. Sorry, go ahead, Alec.
oh sorry, I couldn't remember exactly what's the threshold for hard and extreme.
A hard pass is half of your score. So on
Okay.
a 70, you would need a 35 or lower. And extreme is
Okay.
1/5. So on a
One.
70,
Okay.
that's 14 or lower.
All right, so I have an 80 education, so I need at least a 40. 34.
Okay. So, Percy, it could be because you've studied foreign diseases through a lot of textbooks. You may have seen some of the foliage. You notice that some of the plants that are intermingled belong in a tropical South American climate. So the fact that they are not only growing up in Massachusetts, but also thriving is odd.
Hmm. And I think I cut off Sean. I think he was about to say something too.
No, I was just gonna mention that I failed that history roll. I 40 was my score, but 44. But you said it was a hard, so it would have been like a 20. So I missed it by about 20 or 25.
Gotcha.
You could burn
All
20 luck points.
right.
I don't think I'll burn them this go round, but maybe next time.
Yeah, Percy will definitely kind of look a little curiously at the plants, and then kind of walk over and kneel down, just be like, and it's like towards the end of winter now, right? Isn't it also?
February 23rd.
Yeah. So like they look like they're thriving like as they would in their normal seasonal like South American
Like the leaves
climate.
are green, the flower buds are open.
Okay, yeah, so that's definitely weird. Yeah, so he kind of like looks curiously over at the plants and then walks over, kneels down, and I don't think there's really I don't know if there was fake plants in the 20s like there is now, but he's still like, kind of like reach out and like touch them to like feel that they're real and just be like, "Oh, I mean, this is very curious. Um, it's February and these plants normally only grow and bloom like this in tropical climates like South America, but we're not anywhere close to that. I don't know what that means, but it just seems a little strange to me."
Reed is going to take a picture of the plant that he's specifically gesturing to or pointing out.
Plant jumps at you. No.
It jumps at me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'll take it back.
I pull up my 38 special.
Oh, speaking of which, Jimothy, do you believe that you would be walking with your rifle, or would you just be carrying your handgun? Just
So
so,
this
just
I
so we
wanted
have
to
the
talk with you
scene.
about.
Yes.
No, totally. Because I realized we all took Reed's car, which I would have left my rifle in my shit box.
Okay, I know there was discussion
Would you
of
allow?
people emptying their trunks into the other person's car. I think
Okay,
Silas made sure to say that. So if you would have done the same naturally, then I would say that you would have it in Reed's trunk. Whether you carry it up to the house, though, is up to you.
gotcha. Probably for this, I wouldn't carry it up to the house. I probably wouldn't think it'd be super necessary at this point if I had my 38 with me.
Okay,
As much as I want to be like, yes.
Both
I
of
respect it.
them.
Uh, yeah, I think. Uh, I think I would be taking some notes too, just kind of off of what Percy's saying here.
So yes, as I said, you have a long, wide drive going up, and you are able to see off to the left as well as to the right. What looks like they were trails, though now starting to be reclaimed by the garden surrounding them. Uh, or you could just keep making your way up.
Can we see if there's like, is there like an automobile or like a car in the driveway?
Based upon where you are, no, you're at the very end of a drive, and you can't even
Oh,
see the front of the house.
oh shit. Okay.
You said there was two buildings though, a big and a small, correct?
Yeah, two people. I think Silas was one, and one other person passed a spot hidden, and yeah, you see the large roof that you would assume is the mansion, and just on the inside of the gate or the wall to your right, but further into the garden, you can see the roof of another smaller, much smaller building.
Yeah. So I think it was me that got the spot hidden that passed the last time, also. But yeah, I want to. I guess I would make my way, just kind of nosy journalist style, if that building's nearby. I'm just curiosity gets the better of me. Like I would kind of go snoop. What's that smaller building? Is it like guest quarters or like employee quarters or something? Like what's going on over there?
All right. Would you be going alone, or is going to walk down this trail with you?
I mean, perhaps alone. I guess I'd kind of call over my shoulder. Yeah, this way, boys, and then I just kind of march my way in that direction. As probably, I don't know. My age is only 22, so I'm probably the on the younger side of the group, youth and vigor and all that. So I kind of just march ahead towards this smaller building.
Well, would either you lads be down to walk the rest of the property while the boys check out the smaller building here? Might as well cover more ground. I mean, time is of the essence, and time is money.
I wouldn't mind going along with Reed and checking out, whatever we're checking out.
Well, it sounds like he'll go with the small building, so, Timothy, what say a good chap? Quite frankly,
Yeah, I
I
think we
feel.
should give this big building a look at.
All right, well, you and I will walk the perimeter of the big building while the lads here take the other smaller building. I feel much better with your special there. I've just got this little thing, and he sort of like reaches in his vest and he pulls out like just it's a tiny little Colt like vest handgun, and it's just like a little tiny 6-shooter. It looks ridiculous next to Jimothy's fucking cannon. But he'll pop it
Jimothy
back
kind of
in and like grab his cane and sort of like tighten his grip up on it a little bit. He walks a little bit more, I would say, on edge. We are in the dark after all.
yeah, Jimothy will kind of flash his 38 and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to use this thing if we need to. Have you ever had to use yours before?"
Only for show, thankfully.
Well, today might be the day. Let's make our haste
So
forward.
I'd rather hope that it's not, but you know, if duty calls, and he looks a little nervous, like this isn't his thing. He's a shop owner, like he's a merchant, a trader. Definitely out of his element out here. So taking Jimothy with him seems like a safe bet. Where do we want to send uh Silas? He's with us technically. He's just zoned out.
I assumed he would go with the doctor and journalist, so there was at least one cop adjacent with each party.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was thinking that too because Silas and Percy have also worked together in the past, being part of the same agency. So if Timothy's going with uh, Phineas, Silas would probably come along with Percy and Reed.
We definitely need somebody with a gun in our party. So yeah.
I technically have a gun. I'm just not very good at it.
Oh.
I have a little revolver, like yeah, but it's
I'm
just
the only character without a gun.
I'm technically cop adjacent, and my father's the chief of police, so he's like, oh well, I gotta have a gun, but he doesn't really never used it in a real world scenario, and barely takes it to any sort of range to practice. So like he's not good at it, but he has it.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
is it like
same with Phineas. Like, he's a fucking merchant. He really only has like this small little concealable pistol because he deals with some shady people when he's trading for rarities and artifacts and shit. But he's never had to use it.
Yeah.
it's kind of like if you fire it, you kind of almost fumble it out of your own hands?
Almost certainly. I think my gun skill is like a 20 or 25, something like that. Which my brawl's not much better. Like, I'm not built for combat.
What? You're not Indiana Jones?
No, I'm a liability.
Oh,
Would you say that I would have a whip? Can I do a luck check?
sure. Why the hell not?
No, I'm fucking.
I mean, hey, it would be odd, but
My guy just really loves Indiana Jones, way before Indiana Jones.
all right. So we'll follow uh, Jimothy and Phineas first, since yours is a more straight shot. So as you split off, you guys walk up the drive a little bit until you reach the trail on the right, in which Silas, Percy, and Reed break off and start heading that way. Jimothy and Phineas, you keep walking. You pass by a trail on the left. Take a look down. See the shadows just getting deeper and darker as you look in, and you keep moving. After walking for a bit, you eventually with a wide space in front of the house. The house is a large two-story white. Picture a farmhouse where you know that they have good crops. You know, I'm sure you've seen the larger mansion-style looking farmhouses. White paint along the wall, about a 10-foot long deck, front patio with 4 steps leading down. Looks like it's made out of oak. Windows facing out, but they are all shuttered. climbing up the walls is a cobweb of ivy, showing that this house has not been maintained. And it looks well constructed, just not cared for. Uh, and as you look, the house almost looks crooked, like it's not sitting on a flat plane, as though seems to be some bowing going on. Now, also at the front of the house and down to the right, you see two doors leading down into the ground. Backtracking to Silas, Reed, and Percy, as you begin walking down this trail, you get this sense of dread. The shadows are thick. Reed, as you're leading the way, stumble and you turn and you swear that there's a route that wasn't there just 2 seconds ago. Silas, you'll feel a branch smack you in the head as though it reached out as you walked past. Uh, Percy, you get the feeling of something crawling on you, arms and legs, but every time you look, there's nothing there. Eventually, down this trail, you come to the source of this roof. And what it is, it's a small building. Not even a building. It's a garden shed. It's windowless, peeling green paint on the outside. A door that looks slightly ajar. And you don't know why, but you get the sense of something sinister, almost evil, just permeating out of it. As you feel a shiver go down your spine. And while it's chilly, it's not that kind of chilly. So, Silas, Reed, or Percy, anything you would like to do as you come across this shed?
Silas, were you able to catch that description of where we're going and
I
the
missed a
creepy
good
stuff?
portion of it. I just came in on a branch that wasn't there anymore.
Okay, so we showed up. We at the end of last session we went to the missing person's house, um, and we saw some plants that are typically only grow in like tropical environments, and they're thriving in northern United States winter. So that's weird. And then Phineas and Jimothy are walking towards the main house, I believe, to investigate, and we're walking off towards the side building that appears to be a shed, and that's when all the creepy feelings and heebie-jeebies started, and that's where we're at now.
Copy that.
I think I'm mostly saying all this because I think Percy would kind of like put on the show of being brave, but then just kind of like nudge Silas and be like, "You want to go check out the the jet, right? You got the bigger gun. I think you should take the lead. I'll be right behind you."
I think Reed would kind of just point to the roots that he keeps, stumbling over that weren't supposedly there before. Like, oh, watch your feet, gentlemen. It's a little rough down these way. So, what are we working with here? And I think he would just kind of approach this like shed, I guess.
Yeah, as I said, it's a green shed, painted. Green paint just kind of peeling as though not cared for and weathered. And there's a door on the front that is slightly ajar and just kind of swinging back and forth about 1 inch.
I for sure would like want to go peek in and see what's going on. In fact, I might, first thing I do when I open the door or creep up to the door is to take a picture of what's in the room beyond from the doorway.
All right, give me a spot hidden.
Okay, I got a check mark for this next to this. What does that mean again? What? Okay.
So, in normal Call of Cthulhu games, you do not level up, uh, but you still want to improve your character. So if you get a natural success, no luck points, you didn't push it, you could put a check mark next to it, and then after either a story arc or a very important thing, you can roll to try to level up those stats.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I didn't know if it was like advantage or something.
Nope.
Okay, spot hidden 45 comes down to a 32. I think that might be a success if this was like a normal challenge.
32 under 45. All right. So, yeah, that's a regular success. With the flash, what you are able to see is uh, the floor is littered with leaves and debris. Uh, Sticks, some of what could be the roofing and inside walls may have fell. Uh, there's tools everywhere, rakes, there's a wheelbarrow, some shovels, hedge clippers, picks, saw, and they are scattered across the ground. Some are dirty, others look rusted, like they haven't been used in a long time. Uh, but there's still other corners that are like behind the wheelbarrow and such that you can't see into, especially with the quick flash. And thanks to there being no windows, the inside is still fairly dark. But that's what you were able to see.
Okay, I would definitely convey that to my team and just kind of mention, I guess I'll hold the door open for either Silas or Percy. Either of you guys gentlemen care to poke around a bit?
Yeah, Silas would for sure take point and just open the door and walk in.
All right. Give me a spot hidden check.
Would I be able to like assist him with in any way from the door? Can I like I don't know, hold up a light, like a flick of match or I imagine I have a smoking pipe. Maybe I have a Zippo or something.
I was actually, it took me a second to get to this because I was Googling, but there was a pen light style pocket flashlight that was introduced in 1917. So they had pen lights in the 20s. Can I roll a luck
Give
check
me a
to
luck
see if
check.
I would have that in my bag?
Give me a luck check.
Because he's a doctor, he might need like some sort of small flashlight to um, look
Oh
into, I
yeah.
don't know, mouths or something. 63. Oh, I think my luck is 55. Let me double check.
Luck points.
Yeah, my luck is
Thanks for
55.
being
You
awesome.
can't burn up
you can't burn luck on a luck check, right?
No.
Okay.
I would say
Damn.
your character owns one. However, it might be in your house call bag rather than
Yeah.
your this guy might already be dead bag.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
That's a success on that spot hidden. 52 out of 60.
Right. So yeah, you see the same thing. You see a rack where the tools were held that looks like it's kind of broken, and hence why the tools are all over the ground. One thing you are able to know, while there was a spot for an axe, and he labeled all the tooling locations, amongst the tools found on the ground, you do not see an axe.
Does it look like there's like the dust able to collect on the spot yet? Does it look freshly moved?
By just looking around, your estimate would be nobody's been in that shed for a while.
Okay, I'll point that out to the group.
Oh, wonderful. We're in a creepy shed and the axe is missing. That's not foreboding at all.
You do also see on the outside, especially since Reed is still out there, that the trail you walked down does continue on further through more garden. With that, we will cut back over to Phineas and Jimothy, who are currently standing outside of the house. Just for Anthony's benefit, White House outside is covered in a crawling cobweb of ivy. All the shutters are closed. There's a patio out front. Heavy oak wooden door on the front. Down on the right corner is two doors leading down into the ground. And that is what you currently see. And it looks as though the house is uneven and tilting.
Well, I'm not sure about you, but I don't think I'll be going inside of there until we have the rest of the group with us. That being said, I mean, do we go to the house? Do we look at these doors? The doors maybe they go to the basement. Is it even safe to go in this house? And he just like he sort of starts to like spiral a little bit, and he reaches into his vest pocket and pulls out a cigarette, like from a nice like silver case that fits flat against the inside of his vest, and he just like packs the end of it real quick, and then sparks up with a match, kind of flicks the match off to the side, and then lights another cigarette with that first one and just extends it out to Jimothy. Says, I think it's going to be a long night.
Jimothy will accept it and kind of plop it into his mouth and look around. So now that we're like closer, can we? Is there like a car in the driveway, or is it vacant?
Well, the driveway is vacant.
Well, doesn't look like anyone's home. Well, maybe we should wait till we, to go inside. We should have the whole group here. But we could probably go around the property here and take a look. Kind of strange that all the shutters are closed.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do like a lap around the outside of the building, looking for, any other entrances, maybe any broken windows or, I guess just anything out of the ordinary.
All right. As you walk around, we'll go counterclockwise. The garden extends all the way around this side. And then as you get towards the back, it opens up to an open field. You can see the neighbor's acreage behind the house. Uh, Give me a tracking check, both of you.
Oh boy. Well, that's a 10, so yep, that's a 56 over 10. Would you accept a spot hidden?
Not on this one.
Let's go.
Good
Critical.
luck, brother.
Critical
130.
success. All right. So as you're walking, Phineas, of course, you're distracted. You know, you say you've got that antsy feeling. You're puffing on a cigarette. Just you're not liking the way it feels. I mean, you're a collector. You're not an investigator like this. You don't go into creepy places unless somebody's selling you something or trying to buy something.
And that's the thing. I was told this guy was rich. Like, I came to scout the house and I get here and the house looks like it's about to fucking fall over. And it's been boarded up, or not boarded, but shuttered and covered in ivy. And he's just like, well, why the fuck am I even here? This doesn't feel worth it.
Because I needed another character. Uh, Jimothy, as you guys are walking past that doors leading down, you notice tire tracks as well as a little black suit by that door frame that as you kind of touch it and it's coal. So you assume that this is a coal chute, used for people who have water heating stairs in the basement. Instead of hauling it down, they'll just dump it down this chute and then shovel as they need. So, unless you want to do anything with that, I will continue the tour.
No. I mean, I'll make note of it, and probably I would tell my partner here. Looks like they use this for coal. And I'll kind of like bend down and like kind of point out the tire marks and the coal on the floor or the ground.
Well,
All
I
right.
suppose before we go back, and he'll walk over to the two doors going underground, and I guess like just check and see if they're locked. I don't think we're going in, but we might need a like tool or something to get in. So might as well know now.
No, of course. They are. It is locked.
Okay, good to know. And yeah, I guess we'll make our way back, meet up with everybody, and give them the update on what we've found.
Do you want to finish walking around the house, or are you just going to walk back after seeing
Oh,
the?
Oh, we want
oh,
the
I'm
tour.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, we're definitely doing a lap.
All right. Well, don't want to puppet you to doing something. All right. So yeah, you continue to walk around that right side after Jimothy takes note. As I said, you see more garden until you get to the backyard, and then it opens up. So you can see like the acreages behind you. Uh, all the windows are still shuttered, though there does look to be one on the second floor that is cracked open. Uh, as you walk around the back, you see another set of doors. You see the back door leading into the house, as well as another set of doors leading down. Following this, using the same roll, Jimothy, you see tire tracks by this door as well. However, you find wood shavings, so it's a wood cellar. And this door is unlocked, so if you try and open it, you look down and you see what looks to be some wood pieces down there, but they give me a spot hidden.
Oh, 59
Is that over?
by 9. Yeah.
Do you want to burn 9 luck?
Yeah, let's do it. It's a short module.
All right. So take your luck score, subtract 9. Uh, so yeah, you kind of kneel down a little, like you could something doesn't look right, and as you kneel, it look mildewy, as though it's been left out in rain or found in a bog.
Sorry, that was the wood.
Yes, because that's a wood cellar. So as you opened it and looked, you saw like chopped wood, but that spot hidden gave you a closer inspection to tell you the current state of the wood.
Oh, strange. Okay. Huh. Kind of strange that they're putting moldy wood down there, wouldn't you think?
So, yeah, finishing the walk around the house, you don't notice anything. Although as you come across from the other side back towards the front, you do see the garden. It doesn't extend as far into the back as the other side, but you can see the outline of or where the garden meets the open field. And then you're back at the front of the house. Um, and with that, let us jump back over to Percy, Reed, and Silas.
I guess I would kind of turn to the fellas and like, so, do we go back? Do we head back to the manor and help our friends, or do we move on? And I kind of gesture to like the creepy path that you indicated continues into the gardens. Should we explore the garden, or should we hang out here a bit and see about what's going on in the manor?
Well, I mean, doesn't look like there's too much around here in the shed other than a missing axe. I don't know much what else we would gain from exploring here. So, I mean, it might be, yeah, it might just be a good bet to meet back up with the rest of the group. Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies down here anyway.
That's probably a good call. And before we take off back to the manor to meet up with everybody else, I want to maybe take a picture of the missing like hand axe where it should be, but it is not.
Yep, you're able to easily snap a picture.
Um, and also, like, as we're, like, kind of, like, standing in the doorway, just, like, about to walk out, I think Percy, given, like, the intense sense of dread that they all felt walking up to it, I think he would kind of try and just take one, like, more analytical look around the shed, just to see if, like, he doesn't exactly know what he's looking for, but he just, like, looking for anything that seems out of place because of the weird feelings he got. So can I do like a, I don't know, like a spot hidden? I don't know if there's any other sort of perception type thing. I think it's just spot hidden.
That is the perception. Don't need to. There's really not a lot in the area besides what's already described, but
Yeah.
As you're walking around, give me a dexterity check.
Oh no, what? Why? What did I do? Oh, my dexterity is 40. Oh no. 1d100. Holy shit.
Oh fuck yeah!
So as you're walking around, your attention is really focused on the shed. It's giving you these weird feelings, and you trip over a log that had you swore you didn't see there, but was there. And as you go falling forward, you're able to catch yourself right before you go face first into a mud pile.
Oh, that was close. I almost dirtied my suit. Um, that that route wasn't there before, was it, Reed? That wasn't there, right?
I don't know. You're not talking to the most sure-footed a fella. I fell in this path a couple times myself.
Does it just look like a normal like route, like a your typical tree route type deal?
It's a thin log, as though a tree was felled. Uh, mm, I'm thinking like a birch tree, not one very thick, with mushrooms growing on it, which would indicate to you that it's been dead for a bit.
Okay, so it's more of like a branch, not like a root coming up and out of the ground.
Yeah, it's like let's say a 9-inch diameter, uh, the kind of tree you would plant on Arbor Day.
Yeah.
That's not a sapling.
Okay. And it's got mushrooms on it, so it seems like it's been there for a bit. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, it's certainly strange. I must have just missed it before when we were looking around and whatnot. Yeah, let's read Silas. Let's get out of here. We should meet up with the rest of the group. Make sure they're doing okay, because it's, people get. I'm sure can get lost easily in this lodge of grounds. We should go find them. And he's just kind of looking. He's looking a little nervous and like just unsure because not really aware of what the fuck is happening. Roots and branches are showing up out of nowhere. He's getting weird vibes walking to a shed, so he's kind of like ready to get out of this shed.
All right. So you guys exit out and backtrack versus investigating further. Make your way back to the drive. Same weird instances. A branch that you swear wasn't there brushing against you or even bopping you on the head. Roots just seeming to come out of nowhere. Every occasionally you hear a skittering in the brush off to the side. But you make it back to the driveway. Walk your way up, ignoring the left side, until you meet up with Jimothy and Phineas out in front of the house.
No luck getting in there, then, eh?
Well, we haven't really tried any of the doors here, but we know that there's a couple doors going underneath the manor or the house here, and one of them was locked, but it seems the one that they supplied wood through is unlocked. Although the wood down there was moldy, kind of strange. Also seems to be a window open in the back of the house.
It's
Well, I'm open
rather
to
strange that.
suggestions. If you guys have already cased the
Uh,
joint, how do you recommend we get in there?
well, to be frank with you, I'm fairly certain it's going to be a little difficult to get in there. I mean, the place looks like it's in disrepair. After we did a circle, it almost seemed as if it was leaning. I'm not entirely sure it's safe. I'm more inclined to honestly check out those doors that go underneath first and maybe work our way up.
Everybody give me an intelligence roll.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Alrighty.
This is going to be
Not
used
too
as an
bad.
idea roll because it's the same stat.
Oh shit! How about that 4? It's not quite as good as the 2 1s that we got, but 4.
Oh, I failed.
Hey, together we make 100! Yay!
Fucking 82 over 60.
I have 96 over 70. I think Percy's still pretty shooken up about the creepy vibes from the shed, so he's not really thinking straight right now.
Okay. Reed, you remember that the lawyers gave you a key to the front door and the back door.
Oh, that's right. Who had the key? If I have it, I will produce it.
I'll just say you had it since you got the score.
Okay, yeah, I will produce the key and I will unlock the door and be like, oh, forgot to tell you, fellas. I got a pair of keys to this place while we were waiting on those lawyers in that weird office.
Well, isn't it just our lucky day?
Is this the front door?
Is this the front door? I thought it was the front door.
You're out in front of the front door.
Okay, I will unlock the door and then I will open it and hold it for the older gentleman to enter, as I'm quite the young whippersnapper. You old fogies.
I guess Jimothy will kind of take the lead here, kind of poking his head in. I will pull out my 38 and just kind of have it at the ready and just kind of yell in, just be like, "Anybody in there?"
Give me a listen roll.
Can I just hit it? Can I just hit him with the door when he goes to call out? No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it!
Is that a success or a fail?
Listen. Oh, yeah, that's a fail. 50. Yeah, it's over 20.
All right, so you open and you call in. Hello? Anybody here? And you just hear nothing.
Can I just kind of like take a look? Like, what am I looking at here in the entryway?
All right, so as you just peek in through the door, you see a not narrow, but a hall going out, and it leads to a larger opening. You do notice that the walls on the side have strangely cracks running through, and you see a puddle of water about 4 feet up. Not a big one, but a puddle nonetheless. And that's what you're able to see from the entryway.
Is the water like, is it leaking from like above, or is there any indication where it might be coming from?
Give me a spot hidden.
$19 under 50.
You look at the puddle, you look up to the ceiling, and you do not see any water that appears to be dripping.
Kind of strange there to be some water here without a leak coming from the ceiling. Wouldn't you think, fellas?
Seems like they haven't been here in recent times, so I'm hard pressed to think that they simply left the shower on. Could be a burst pipe. I mean, looks like the place is in disrepair, and he sort of like uses his cane to kind of like move some debris around on the floor.
Reed will kind of give Jimothy some shit. Do you do most of your plumbing with the shooter there? Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna help you with against a puddle.
Listen, you take your pictures and I'll use this if I need to.
All
Take a
right.
picture of that puddle. That's a prime
I do.
suspect right there.
I do. I take a picture of the puddle. I'll take a picture from the doorway, just kind of like inside, like in general. It's kind of I'm kind of in my mind building like a flip book of pictures of this adventure as I'm kind of going along.
So with this pedal, you said it was like 4 feet in. So like down this hallway, is there like any like doors off to the left or right before that puddle?
No, in fact, it's just a hallway that then opens up to a larger space beyond.
I guess Jimothy will kind of approach the puddle and maybe just kind of like lean down like on or get down on like one knee and kind of like touch it with his finger just to kind of rub it in his fingers just to kind of see if it's to make sure it's water.
Okay. Give me a, I guess a chemistry roll. Uh, for that, I would say, I don't know that you have chemistry, so what would be a good alternative? Yep, science or survival.
Okay. Ooh, no, that's a fail. Science is fucking. I don't even know what science is, and survival's 10.
You're not sure what it is, just that it's wet. It could be water, uh, could be tainted water, could be some other fluid.
Hmm. I'll kind of motion maybe like Percy up and just be like, not really getting any, you know, vibes off of this thing. I don't know if you can maybe get a better understanding of what this might be. Could be water, might be, probably is, but you never know. And I'll kind of walk around it and kind of just start making my way over to the uh, the room, the opening.
All right. Percy, if you do want to investigate it, I will consider it a pushed roll.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Which what was the specific skill again?
I said chemistry, but if you don't have that, then science or survival.
Let's see. I don't. My science is 1%. um,
Yeah.
would you accept biology?
Biology is study of living organisms. I will
Fair.
accept.
Trying to think what else could be not first aid, geology, history. Yeah. Medicine? No, not medicine. That really wouldn't work. I don't know if I
No,
really have anything in this area of science because I don't
that's
have
it.
just a straight science role.
Yep, nope. Science or survival, if you want to push it. Otherwise, you just take them at his word.
Yeah, I would just take because my survival is also only 10%.
Well, you could get lucky.
Yeah, but then something bad could happen on a push roll.
Well, it's not always life altering.
Yeah.
Oh, something bad's gonna happen in here regardless.
And you
Take the
have
roll.
well, you can't use luck on a push
I'm
roll.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I know. Very
Yeah, I
sus.
think he'd probably just be like, it's not his exact area of expertise. This kind of um, like this area of science isn't really his expertise, so he'd probably just take his word at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll proceed to the kind of the opening here, unless anyone else wants to do anything. But I'll keep moving forward.
So as you move forward, since, unless anybody wants to do something, 3, 2,
No,
1.
I'm just holding the door for these guys to and kind of ushering them in. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
At this point, I would say everybody's inside.
Okay, perfect.
Do you follow them in?
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to leave the door open if possible. I'm not gonna close it behind us.
All right. So as you walk in, you enter to an opened hallway. There's another hall leading to the right, with 2 doors coming off the right-hand side. You can see another hall connects at the end of it. There's a door on the side of that. There's a set of stairs as you first walk in. That's right on that right hall. As you look over to the left, there's a couple more doors. You can see the back door leading straight ahead. Off to the left, there's a door immediately to your one, another left to that one, and you can see a room that's ahead but to the left with a door leading off of that. And as you're standing there looking, you just, it looked like it was nice. You see silver candelabra, pictures, paintings hanging on the wall, but they've become crooked. The candelabra has coming off of it, and you watch as plaster from the wall of the room, kind of across from you, just sloughs off the wall, falling to the ground. And you see a couple of wet spots across the floor. Even some of the paintings seem like they've had mildew as though they were rained upon. But as you look up at the ceiling isn't really wet. So where this came from, you can't really parse out.
So is like the temperature in here? Is it like normal
Just like
It's
temperature?
chilly. It's chilly inside as there's been nobody to keep the furnace going.
The heat going.
So the inside has become chilled. And with the blustering wind outside of a cool February morning, uh, you can hear on occasion the sound of wind just passing through the walls.
Oh, it's creepy. Okay. So you said like we're into an opening and there's a stairway to the right.
I realize I suck at describing, so I am quickly
I'm also very terrible at remembering.
Yeah, some of us are on our second or third glass of wine already.
Maybe.
So,
This is really
so
dope though. I'm enjoying it.
this picture is kind of what you see. The X is where you are, and the front is where you came in from.
okay, I see. So there's several doors in a hallway that moves further in.
Yeah, that hall to the right is actually more narrow than what I drew.
Okay, okay. Well, what do you think, boys? A thorough investigation would dictate we go comb through every room in the house. Anybody got any dibs? Got any preferences? Upstairs, down?
My
I
guess would be to start down here. Sorry, there. But my guess would be to start down here.
And as stated before, I feel particularly safe with Jiminy. Sorry, Jimothy. So
Jiminy.
I've got a case of the jitters. And he lights another cigarette and he's just sort of passively smoking and he's like always kind of like looking over his shoulder.
Oh shit, we're allowed to smoke in here? I'll spark up a smoking pipe as well.
It doesn't look like the owner's gonna stop you, chap.
It's also the 1920s.
Fair point, fair point.
It's medicinal. My doctor prescribed it to strengthen my lungs from the asthma.
Honest work, that being a doctor. One told my father once he had ghosts in his blood and he was supposed to do cocaine about it. Everything worked out in the end.
All right.
And alcohol does wonders for pregnant women.
Um. Anyway,
So to make life a little bit easier for me, I just labeled all the doors with a number, since I know what the room is supposed to be, and you don't. So you tell me what door you want to, and we will investigate. Or if you want to split up, you are free to do that.
Oh well, there's a lot of doors here, so I think we might as well check all these doors out before we move on down the stairs or some other hallway. So why don't we split up into pairs and well, there's 5 of us, uneven number. Oh, I guess we can just split up into 2 groups and check out these rooms one by one.
I agree with Mr. Sudeikis, yeah.
can I just like take a look around and see if like are any of the are these like doors like or rooms all open? Do they have doors? Are there like ones that are closed?
All the doors, surprisingly, are closed, and they seem to be made of sturdy oak.
Well, why don't we stick with our group that we had before, and I'll take my fearless sidekick here and take door number 1.
Sounds good to me. If you're starting on that side, I'll start on this other side over here. I will make my way to door number 4.
All right.
And
And Percy
as
will follow
Phineas,
Reed.
yeah, as Phineas walks off with Jimothy, he'll switch his cane over to his left hand and then reach into his vest pocket and pull out his Colt and just sort of like keep it in his hand but at his side, not really brandishing it.
All right. So as you come to the first door, we'll follow Jimothy and Phineas first. You open the door, and as you step in, you see shelves of books. There's a little table in the middle, kind of a high back chair, a few kerosene lamps here and there, and you're able to distinguish that this is a library. Uh, and as you look at the books, you see there's someone exploring archaeology, uh, anthropology, and give me a library use roll, Jimothy and Phineas.
Fucking hell. 57 over 40.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen a library in my life.
All right, so you're looking, and you do notice that there's spaces where books used to be, but are no longer. But you're not able to distinguish anything about that. As you're looking, give me a spot hidden check.
Fucking 82 over 60.
God damn it. Yeah, 80 over 50.
All right, so yeah, as you walk through, you just it's a library. Uh, it is oddly damp in here as well. You do know books seem to be warped, as though they were dropped in a.
You cut off there at the end. Say that one more time.
You don't notice anything else. Just some of the books are moldy. There seems to be a moisture permeating through. Um, there's water damage, but you do not notice anything out of the ordinary. And with that, we will join our other friends. You also come to an oak door, open it up, and when you walk in, you see uh, a desk sitting towards the front of the room, so the end of the. There's a lamp sitting on top of it, papers, pictures hanging on the wall that are lopsided, some that fell with the plaster falling behind it. Little bits of water and water damage seeping from the walls. A few knickknacks from locales that You do not know. And a desk which, from where you are, you can see a book lying on top, shutters behind the window behind the desk, shutters are closed, blocking your view from anything else.
I'm gonna take a picture of the room in general, but yeah, I'm gonna be the nosy journalist. I'm gonna immediately start, opening drawers on his desk and peeking around, maybe see what the book on his desk is all about. Maybe peek at some of these papers.
All right.
Yeah, I think that Percy would like to look at the book too while he's investigating. While Reed is investigating as well.
Yeah. Maybe Percy goes through the book and the paperwork, and Reed starts digging through drawers.
So as you go through drawers, you find papers, letters, nothing of interest. You know, here's what was owed for this. Here's an update on this expedition. A letter from mom. She would visit more. But as you look at the book, you look at the front cover, and it's titled "The Missing People: The Tribe That the Jungle Swallowed" by Thomas Pratt. Give me a library.
Who?
Okay.
Percy?
Everybody in the room.
Because my library is actually pretty good.
Yours is probably better than mine. I'm only at a 40.
Yeah, I'm at a 70. Fuck. Well,
Oh
epic
no.
fail.
Oh no. You burned the book accidentally. Just light it on fire.
Can I burn
Oh man.
30 luck points and make that a success?
Wait to see if one of
Whoa,
us
whoa,
succeeds.
whoa.
Oh no.
Right
Okay, maybe
behind him.
burn.
Percy, why are you smoking while you're holding
So,
that can of gasoline there?
Silas, what's your library use?
My
I'm gonna
library
be
The
honest with
use
you,
flex.
is
bud. It's
70.
like 20. I think, right? Because it says 20%, so it's 20.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys suck though. Watch this. Skadoosh. 21.
Oh,
Oh,
you
I'll burn a
use a
luck
luck.
point.
you'll burn a luck point. All right.
It's fucking-
Oh my god.
The fucking doctor and investigative journalist couldn't figure out what a book was, but then the detective is just like, ah, yes, words.
We're in the era of toxic masculinity, so it's like only pussies read books, ain't I right? Yeah.
Bunch of nerds.
Reading is definitely for the more feminine male. Says the
So,
journalist. No, sorry.
uh, the book is called "The Missing People." The Tribe That the Jungle Swallowed by Thomas Pratt. Silas, with that library use, you know that Thomas Pratt is usually a fringe author. Uh, so he has some of those more outside ideas. Think Atlantis is real. Uh, Reed and Percy, as you are also looking at this book, one thing about this in poor condition. The binding is cracked. There's odd stains. Some pages are loose. And so as you are looking through it, you both start flipping the pages like, what is this? And you accidentally knock a bunch of pages out of this book and send them scattering all over the floor and desk.
Silas pulls out his gun.
Ah, horse feathers. Who bound this book? It's terribly done.
If you would like, you can do an English roll to see if you are able to make sense of what the book says if you want to spend some time reading it. Otherwise, you
Anyone or
can
just
ignore it
Silas?
and keep moving. Anybody who wants to spend the time.
What is
Um,
where with English? Do you?
yeah, is that under?
Own language.
So I'm actually fluent
Oh,
in
own language.
Spanish
Okay.
for some reason.
I have an 80. I have an
They
80
made
in
the
own
character for
language.
you.
So
No, I have like 20 in Spanish. Well, if I can roll it, I got 50.
yeah, Percy will spend. He'll try and gather up the pages that got knocked out, and then try and spend some time reading it to see if he can decipher anything of import from it.
Yeah, read will definitely help him like put some stuff together or pick up the pages at the very least. And I've got a pretty good English 29 out of 80 as I kind of
I got a
pick up these
22 out
papers.
of 80. Yeah, we both got a
I
hard
got a
success.
I got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
45 out of 50.
So
All right, so
one success and
Silas,
two hard success. Nice.
Silas, you were just so irritated that they messed up this book. You're like, you know what? I ain't even going to bother with it. Screw it. Reed and Percy, you guys start organizing the pages. You know, you're talking to each other as you look back and forth and kind of skimming it. The concept you get is the book is in South America that was around in ancient times that mysteriously disappeared. What happened to them? It's completely unknown. It's based upon legends of the tribe, some archaeological discoveries. Uh, Pratt, the author, makes note of the tribe's religious fervor and conjectures they may have been wiped out in a civil holy war. He mentions something of a great dome depicted in carvings and art. He believes that this was an actual stone structure that probably still stands and may well house the last secret of the missing people. Otherwise, you do not find anything of note within the study.
I'll just make a note, like in my notebook, write down, the title of the book, and move along, I guess.
All right, we will move back over to Jimothy and Phineas. Uh, you do notice in the library as you another door that's pointing out in the same direction as the one you came in, but further up. That is also closed.
Well, after you, good sir. I'll watch your back.
Timothy will move forward uh, again with his 38 kind of at the ready. So it's like directly across from the door we came in.
No, think of it as the door you came in is facing north. If you look at that picture I sent, that little hall where 3 is, that door is up closer to there. And I'll just let you know if you go out, it's just into that hall uh, right there as well.
Oh, okay. So it just leads to the hallway.
Yeah, there's just 2 doors into the library. What room would you like to investigate next?
Um, I mean, I would imagine we just kind of move down the line. So probably to two, just to the next one to the left there, or yeah, looking at the map.
All right, so you come back out and you come over to this door and you open it, and there in front of you is a tall figure holding an axe.
What the?
Oh no, sorry. It's a coat sitting on a hanger with an umbrella sitting leaning against it. You found the
Bro,
cloakroom.
bro.
Uh, Jimothy, roll me a sanity check.
I was gonna shoot that motherfucking. Okay. Sanity check. $23. I'm under 50.
Yeah, you're an experienced private eye. Yeah, it jumped at you, but you've been freaked out before. You take 0 sanity loss from the little scare.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little spooky. So Jimothy will kind of move in, and he's kind of got his gun kind of like up, look kind of near his head, just kind of like, if he's looking around. And um, I
It's only
guess
a coat closet size, so it's
I inspect it. I go all the way in.
you go all the way in. What do you do, Phineas?
I'm sort of like, I'll say I keep about 5 or 10 feet between me and Jimothy, but I stick like within eye line of him, and I'm sort of just assessing like the walls or anything that, like any sort of like cabinetry or furniture or anything, like just basically like taking in the things that Jimothy's not focused on. A little bit more material.
All right, so you're a little bit behind him, uh, and you see him go into this room, and you hear a slam at the front door.
Oh, brother. Sanity check?
I think uh, um, Phineas would probably let out like just little like and sort of jump and like hold his cane as if it were a sword, and like his pistol in his right hand sort of draws up as he like turns back toward the front of the house.
And I'll say everybody heard this front door just slam shut.
And he just looks. He doesn't even actually look back at Jimothy. Like his eyes never break toward the direction of the front door. He just says, whatever you'd like to find in here, we'd best be doing it fast. We best get back to everybody as soon as we can. Hopefully that was just the wind, right? That's got to be just the wind. It's just us out here.
Does seem like there's a breeze coming through. Is there like, I mean, I would just naturally probably assume that it was a breeze, but I mean, is there any check I could make to suspect it might be something otherwise?
And you could go check the door.
I mean, maybe I will. Like if it's just like, did you say it was like basically a closet that I walked into?
Yes, I mean, I don't know if you have one. I have one off, and it's like literally 3 feet deep.
Yeah, I'd imagine like I might maybe not go. I don't know. If I were if I were Jimothy, I knew like the wind was kind of passing through, I might not be as concerned about it. I might just kind of be, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I won't go back to the door. I'll just kind of keep moving on with it.
Then we will cut over to Silas, Reed, and Percy. You've been in the study. You took time to look at this book, kind of piece together what you found. Nothing else really of note towards the investigation in this room.
I think if we already kind of snooped around and didn't find anything after like snapping a picture or two, Reed would move on to like room 5.
All right.
I
So
think
this,
out of sorry, just real quick.
yep,
So you were saying we heard the front door slam too?
yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think out of reflex, or not really reflex, but more just out of fear, um, Percy would have grabbed his 32, his Colt 32 out. He's got like the rib cage sort of side holster across like on his left side. So I think he would have just like grabbed that out, probably a little clumsily because he's not super practiced. But I think he would have grabbed that out and then also tried to listen intently because he's still feeling shifty and scared from the shed. So I think he would take a moment to listen to see if he heard anything out of place after the door slammed. Like if there was like footsteps coming from that area, or because I mean this is a rundown house. I'm sure there's like creaky boards and stuff. So he'd probably take a moment to listen.
Give me a listen roll.
Okie dokie. Well, listen. What is my listen? 40. Not great. What are you gonna do, Avery? You're gonna fuck me? Well, shit. I'm not gonna spend 30 points to pass. 30 luck points to pass.
You hear nothing. You got
Yeah,
tinnitus going on.
he
Can I roll
hears
that
his
listen?
own heartbeat and his own pulse in his ears. He's fucking terrified.
All
Cause
right.
Silas rolled a listen.
Sure.
Oh my god. Rolled a 1 out of 50.
Damn.
I can hear Percy pissing himself.
You don't hear any sound that sounds like walking. You do hear wind whipping through the outside. Tells you a wind gust probably came through and slammed the door shut. But to take on something Percy mentioned just a moment ago, you also notice that for as damp and molded that this house seems to be, you don't hear creaking as you walk across these hardwood floors.
Interesting. Also, wasn't the last time what's his fucking name? The missing guy.
Arthur.
Walter Dodge. No, Walter Dodge is Arthur Cornthwaite. That's a name.
Right.
Um he was last seen in January and we're in February. So how I think Percy might bring that up to Silas and Reed in this moment. Just be like, I don't really understand how only a month has gone by that this house is sat empty and it's already in this sort of disrepair. That doesn't seem normal to me. It's like, well, it just this just seems like longer than 1 month of being unoccupied to be in this sort of state.
Maybe didn't he just come back from a long trip as well? And maybe he hadn't had hired anybody to watch the house while he was gone. I believe he was in South America or something prior to coming back.
Uh, you might be right on that, actually. Yeah, because he traveled a lot. He was like an adventurer. So yeah, maybe this is just he never really had people to come and take care of his house while he was gone. That could be the case.
You
Nope.
seem a little shaky, Percy. You got to keep your wits about you. Can't be going and thinking crazy now.
Yes. My apologies. I'm just not used to being in this sort of scenario. I'm normally dealing with situations much after the fact once everything has been solved and taken care of. And yeah, dead bodies don't move as much in my experience. But what I've been feeling here and what we've heard and what we've observed in this house is just something seems off. But
What
let's
makes,
continue on to the next room.
if it helps you, what makes my skin crawl is the fact that not so much the disrepair of the house or the disarray, it's the fact that we have a missing man and no one seems to know what he is, and then it just so happens that an axe is missing from his tools. Odds are there's an axe wielding maniac somewhere on the premises, and that is what makes my skin crawl.
Well, Silas, my friend, I had not thought of the axe wielding maniac part. So thank you for that. I feel much better.
Hopefully he cut some wood. It is rather cold outside, so hopefully he was cutting some wood and left it out somewhere in the yard, and maybe we can put that on the to-do list to find that axe, and hopefully it's just laying around somewhere and not in the hands of a deranged lunatic.
Yes,
You got
yes,
a point
hopefully.
there. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. Let's hopefully find that axe near a freshly chopped pile of wood. Would it be against a crime or some kind of crime to like start a fire in here? Yeah, just make it nice and toasty. No oven for like a month. I mean, is there a fireplace?
Well, you do get money if they are able to sell this place. Probably wouldn't be too happy that you burnt up their investment.
I mean, fair. Anyway, I think Reed would head, to door 5. And similar situation. Crack open the door and take a picture of whatever's within from the doorway, letting the other gentleman into the room to kind of sniff about first.
As you open the door and you take a look in, you see it's filled with junk and boxes and barrels, crates, and so on. It's a storage room. Uh, so all along the side, you just see stacked up crates and boxes and stuff. However, the middle of the floor seems to be clear, but there's mold and moisture in the dead center.
Did you say mold in a chair in the dead center?
Mold and moisture.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Let me switch my headphones. I got the new Shocks open ear, so I can hear everything going on around me. I don't think the microphone is as good. So just give me one moment.
Alrighty.
All right, do I sound a little bit clearer?
Yeah.
It
Oh
wasn't the
yeah.
clarity that was the issue. It's just you were cut in and out momentarily at certain parts in your discussion.
All right, so yes, there's boxes, crates, and barrels all throughout this room, mostly towards the walls. And in the center is mold and moisture just kind of collected. Do
So,
you enter the room? Stay outside?
oh, I'm gonna enter the room for sure. I just want to know storage for what? What does this fancy guy keep in storage? Can I crack open a crate or a barrel and see exactly what is being stored here? I think I'm gonna try to avoid the mold in the center of the room, but I would creep in just a bit and maybe do some, poking around as an investigative journalist might. Maybe take a picture or two of the mold.
Alright, so as you crack open one of the boxes, you take a look in and you see what looks to be some childhood stuff that he seemed to have saved. Uh, it also seems to have gotten wet and started to grow mildew. You open another crate and you see maybe some paintings that have not yet been put up. Uh, it seems to just be a junk drawer, but he has a whole room for it.
Okay, interesting. I'll relay that to the team here. Looks like a bunch of old sentimental value nonsense. What do you make of any of this?
Well, I mean, if there's not much, doesn't really seem like any of this is going to be of anything of import to us in our investigation here. So we might just, shall we just move on to the next room?
All right, sounds good to me. And I'll take a couple of pictures of maybe some of the sentimental items. But aside from that, I'll move on.
All right, we will jump back over to Phineas and Jimothy. So you found a cloakroom with a axe murderer for about half second. You heard this door slam, and it's the wind. It has to be. What would you like to do now?
Um, so we ended at the closet there, right? So I
Yeah.
door 3.
All right. Lucky door number 3. She opened this door, and surprisingly, it's empty. Nothing in there. Just a wide wooden door or floor. You do see water damage around the floor edges, but otherwise it's just a polished wooden floor.
So like no furniture.
Absolutely nothing. Behind the scenes, it's a dance floor.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, it looks like nobody will be cutting a rug in here. It's honestly rather creepy to see it so empty.
It's a little disturbing, isn't it?
Start to hear some music play, a little brass, a little wind, maybe a violin comes in, but it's just all in your head.
And do we see like does this room lead anywhere else, or does this appear to be a dead end?
No, it's a dead end.
Okay.
And as you go in the door, you kind of turn, you see the door that leads to the library. And you know that this side is completely empty. As you go back to the hall, you see the open hall. You see a hallway leading off to the left, going towards the back door, and you're able to make out a door right off of there as well, across from where the wall to the empty room would be.
Okay. Can I just roll a spot hidden on this, I guess, like ballroom before we dip onto the next one since it looks like it's empty? Just looking for any like, I don't know, footprints in the dust or anything like that. Like maybe there's a like I don't know, like a print of a hand or fingers on one of the walls.
A trapdoor.
Yeah, something. This room is too empty. I don't like it.
Would you like to go further into the room and properly investigate?
I will.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and roll
Timothy
me.
will aid or follow.
All right, roll me a spot hidden. You can as well, Timothy.
Fucking 88 over 60. Not a single fucking roll tonight.
What happened with all the ones?
Incoming. Here's another one for you. Fuck. So 39 under 50.
So you're creeped out, Phineas. You can't really focus on anything. You see shadows, and you swear you see something. It's not there. You see something over here. It's not there. Jimothy, you look. You know for a fact there's nothing in this room.
Doesn't look like there's anything in here. This must be a ballroom of some sort. Looks like this guy liked to cut a rug or wood.
Yeah, the concerning part to me is that he was here for however long. He's supposed to be wealthy. Why is nothing furnished? Why are there so many vacant, empty rooms? Rubs me the wrong way. But I guess we'll move on to the next room.
Yeah. Let's move on.
So I don't have it marked, but the door leading off or right by the back door would be door 8. Otherwise, you could go across the hall and catch up with the rest of your party if you want. Or you could go upstairs.
I think we'll probably do room 8 and then catch up with the party.
Yep.
All right.
What he said.
I'm not going to give you empty room as the extent of your little bit. So you walk down the hall and you open this door, and you are met with a kitchen, a wood stove, kind of off to one side, an ice box, because fridges weren't really popular. You see a shelf with tin cans all along it, with one space missing. And what else do you see? You have a door to your right. As soon as you walk in, there is a door across the opposite side of the kitchen, as well as two more along the right wall leading to the opposite side. You have 3 doors on your right and one straight across.
Um, yeah, I guess Jimothy would kind of go in and kind of inspect the kitchen a little bit, particularly the missing spot with the tin there.
Okay. So as you look at these metal canisters, you can see that they are spices. One says flour, one says sugar, one says tea, and one says coffee. And as I said, there is a missing spot. Give me an idea roll, which would be your intelligence.
All right. Oh man, no
Yeah,
man.
you have no idea what could be there. Maybe nothing. Maybe it was supposed to be empty.
Ugh.
Can I inspect the kitchen and see if there's like any dishes or any other indication that somebody's been here recently since there was a single can taken?
Yeah, as you look around, you do see a trash can that has some scraps in it, but the food has become very molded over. Uh, no real dishes out of place. If you look through the cabinets, they seem to be where they belong. You also do see that there's cracks along the wall. The floor is damp. You have mildew. You get that real strong mildew smell. The towels look like they've been soaking in water for a week plus. You know, it's a little green growing on them, but nothing that would indicate anybody has been living there for uh, recently.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it looks like nobody was here recently, then I guess I'll take a pass and see if there's anything else I can glean in here. But I guess otherwise, it's on to the next door.
Well, as I said, you have three doors along the right side of the kitchen and one across from where you came in.
Yeah. I guess let's go for the right side
Three on the
door.
right.
All right, so the first door you come to, you open it, and you just get hit with the nastiest, most disgusting, rotting smell as you look in here, and you just see all this food in this pantry just decaying. You move down to the next door, and as you walk in, you see a table with chairs surrounding it, and it's a dining room. There's silver service all laid out. It's just a small table, one, two chairs, and you can see broken, small pieces of broken. Actually, give me a spot hidden check.
Is this just finesse?
Is it what? Oh
Is this
no,
just finesse?
not if you're looking in rooms with him.
I'm not letting this guy go by himself. He can't be trusted.
What, you mean just
Um,
because he's ready to run?
for fuck's sake, I rolled a 71 over 60, so I am going to burn, I guess, 11 luck so that I can get this spot hidden and fucking do something.
I'll let
All
him
right.
do it.
So as you look around, you discover broken glass near the table. Not much, just a little bit, as well as little black grains. Uh, you kind of pick it up and smell it and let out a sneeze. Uh, it's a broken pepper shaker. And as you look at the table, you don't see a salt shaker.
Ooh, ooh.
And there is a door on the other side. And same as the rest of this house, there's cracks in the wall and just moisture everywhere.
Took the salt.
What about the salt, good boy?
Well, I mean, from what we heard, he ordered a truckload of salt, and the salt's missing here, right? Or at least that's what you gleamed.
Oh, that's fair. I just didn't make the connection. I forgot that he had ordered so much salt. Why would he need so much salt? I mean, if you order a truckload, why do you need to take it off the table? I, I just, I'm racking my brain, but I forgot nothing.
Seems like there's a lot of nonsensical stuff going on around here. At least to my eyes and ears.
Well, it's certainly given me the heebie-jeebies.
So as you two are talking this over, there seems to be a lot going on with this salt. We cut back over to the other three. As you exit the storeroom, you see that hallway that you couldn't see before. There's a door on the right and a door at the end of the hall.
Okay. Can we peek into like what on the map would be room 7, I guess?
Well, of course. Yeah, that's the parlor. So you walk down a little ways and you open the door and you see just comfy chairs sitting around, about four of them with little side tables. Again, there's paintings on the wall that have become ruined, mildew. There's a fireplace in there with that looks like it's emptied. Uh, and you can see the shuttered window on the other side.
I'm gonna enter the room just to snap a couple of pictures, see if anything catches my eye.
Uh, Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, perfect. I kind of just shrug and I don't know about anything in here, boys. Maybe check the next one. As I make sure to take pictures of like the moldy, crooked kind of like pictures on the wall, paintings and canvas art, etc.
So you have the door at the end of the hall, or you have the one that you kind of walked past. Door 6.
That's either you, Percy, or Silas. Who wants to peek at door 6?
Stylist will walk up and just full on pop kick the door open.
You just top kick the door. All right, so you
Oh,
walk over
yeah.
to this door and you just boot it in. Jimothy and Phineas, give me a sanity check as this door comes slamming in.
My bad.
No, fuck.
Gun drawn and everything, dude.
You just hear gunshot.
Oh, at least I have an 80. So I'm trying to pass the sanity check, right?
You want to succeed. You want to roll below your sanity.
Okay, just making sure. Because if I fail, then it's an intelligence check, right? And then that I want
No,
to or that I
no.
want
It,
to fail.
if you fail, you lose sanity, but you'd have to lose 5 or more.
Oh, thank Christ. 3,950.
Finally, first pass of the night.
You made it.
So you both jump at this noise. After all, you're inside of a house and this door comes bursting open. But you do recognize the outline of Silas standing in the doorway with his gun drawn.
Jesus Christ.
As you once again discover each other. And we will put a pin in it there for the sake of our East Coast crew.
Oh my God.
This whole fucking
Like
house makes me nervous.
that's one of the reasons, like, Call of Cthulhu is definitely you love it or hate it, because it is such a slow story. It's the classic lot of build up and suspense for very
Mm-hmm.
little action. So if
I
you're
like
into
Call of,
action, that's what you want.
I think we
but
managed
I
to explore the entire first floor, though. Like, we knocked that out, right?
There's
Yeah,
a couple
we just
doors
got
unlooked at.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, I
I
thought
thought we
we
got
got
them
all
all.
of them.
I feel like with Call of Cthulhu, the games are only as good as the players. There's a lot of role play and stuff, and if they're boring or not into it or whatever, then you can see how. But like, we're all pretty funny people, so it kind of evens out the slow burn.
It's
Well,
definitely a more of a like role playing game than D&D, whereas D&D can end up just being like a little bit of role play and a lot of like tactical shit. Call of Cthulhu is more about like telling a story and doing role play, and then every now and then you find something fucking wild and you try not to die. But it's more like investigatory.
Yeah.
and that's what some people like. Others, they prefer the dungeon crawl. They want to be in an encounter. They want to feel like heroes. And I don't want to talk to the fucking barmaid. Give me a owlbear to demolish. So that's why it's like, all right, I tried to look for something that's a little bit in between. It's not all just talking to people, but it's also not zero talking to people.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the slow build's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool concept. It gives you a chance to kind of see, especially because I'm new. So it's like, I'm just kind of figuring out the ropes. It's like I'm taking the tutorial in a video game right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to jump around the corner and I don't know, attack us, blow our minds, latch onto our faces. I don't know.
Well, even when he just like mentioned the axe, dude, just like right there in front of me, I was ready to fucking blast that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
It's like, oh,
Well,
you notice a missing axe, and then coat stand.
It's like so on
un-
edge.
unbeknownst to you guys, there have been a few times where something could have happened. But just based on one
Perfect.
decision or another,
I don't
Maybe
like
not.
that. I don't like knowing that we was walking past crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't like
Well,
that at all.
I'm glad I didn't check out the door.
Oh, there's stairs going somewhere that I'm sure we're gonna be heading towards next.
The
You
real
know,
Straight
tragedy
to
of the
hell.
story is all this mold is actually like fucking asbestos, and we all die so hard of cancer in like 30 years.
and you walk out quietly. Fast forward 30 years. Roll a constitution roll.
Oh shit.
It's,
everyone
it,
died.
it's not even to determine if you die; it's to determine if you shit your pants when you die. You know.
You all have melanoma. Uh, but yeah, we'll hold it there. And uh, next session could be the final one, depending on how things go. Could continue on a little bit past that, depending on what choices are made.
So speaking of next, I do work next Wednesday, Thursday night shift, so um I'll need to reschedule if you guys are able to. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I could do any of those days. Just not Wednesday, Thursday, because I'll be working from 5:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m.
I can do Tuesday, but I'm pretty booked up the rest of the week.
Yeah, Tuesday is probably the best day for me as well.
I will be at work Tuesday, but I can start while I'm on route, like I did before, no problem.
I don't have anything fancy going on a Tuesday night. I could knock that out, no problem.
Tuesday
Yeah,
it is.
I don't seem to have anything on my agenda, so let's plan on Tuesday. If anything pops up, give as much of a heads up so we can see how we pivot. Maybe
I mean,
if
Alec, can't you play while you're on patrol? Man, how much
yeah,
action are you
I was gonna
seeing
say,
as a new guy?
Oh yeah, I'm sure my trainer sitting in the passenger seat will be totally fine with me playing Call of Cthulhu while I'm driving around.
He might join in.
you're like handcuffing some woman that's beating up her dad.
Yeah. Hold up. Pause real quick. I need to just don't move. I know I only have one step on, but just stop for a second. I need to make a roll.
I
So,
need to make a
what's behind
perception
door
check,
number
mate.
3?
he'll shoot at a perp and miss. And his instructor will say, "What the hell?" You'll say, "I'm sorry, my character rolled and failed. I can't shoot them."
Oh boy.
Alec is only as good as his character is that day.
God, I hope not.
Alec just fucking goes blind from playing Gladir in the past.
Yeah. If my character is only, or if I'm only as good as my character, I'm probably going to end up in jail for some civil criminal lawsuit violating someone's rights.
Accidentally like grope somebody or something because you rolled on the low on dexterity or something.
Dude, I had to fucking pat down a 14-year-old boy a couple weeks ago, and I was so nervous. I was like, all right, is everyone's body cams on? Because so help me God, if this kid tries to tell his mom that I was fucking feeling him up or doing something inappropriate, I'm gonna lose my shit. But like, yeah, no, this kid fucking was texting with some other middle schooler from his school, and like they were like talking shit to each other, talking about each other's moms, and he was like, "All right, pull up, like let's fight." And this fucking kid brings a fucking kitchen like chef's knife to this fight, and so like I roll up and I'm like, okay, no, don't do that. You guys could be going to jail. Luckily, the dad didn't want to press charges. He just wanted the fucking 14-year-old trespass. But like we're putting him in the back of our patrol car to take him home, and we have to search him to make sure he doesn't have any like weapons or contraband. So my trainer was like, "All right, search him," and I was like, "This is a child."
That's crazy, dude. The kid pulls up on my kid with a fucking knife, dude. Throw the book at his ass. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked that the dad didn't want to like prosecute, but also his own kid came out of the front door swinging. So like, and they were fighting in the front lawn in a like residential neighborhood. So technically, according to like Florida statute, that's it's called an affray, which is like mutual. There's no such thing as like acceptable mutual combat in Florida. So if we were going to arrest one of them for that, we would arrest both of them because they both agreed to fight in public. So I think the dad was like, "No, I'm not going to press charges because then we would also be taking my son to jail."
That's
So
crazy. In
Probably also
Texas, you can straight up meet at high noon and duel if you want.
yeah, not in Florida.
Weird,
that's probably
weird,
because
weird,
it's
weird mention. I have also been arrested for a fray in Florida.
Dad probably also figured it was kids being kids and acting like stupid asses,
I
and he
was
probably did the same thing.
I was in high school and he was talking shit about my sister, so I showed up at his front lawn and beat the shit out of him until the cops showed up.
I mean, as that's valid though.
Yeah. You
If
gotta
you're saying, if you and the other person are saying let's scrap and you show up with a knife, that's kind of pushing it a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
being a bitch.
Yeah.
Totally.
In the words of God, what's his name? John Witherspoon from Friday. When he's talking to Craig, all you had was these, and he puts up his fists.
Damn, you just got knocked the fuck out.
All right, fellas, I
Oh,
gotta
we
take
had
off. I gotta go get some dinner in me before I call her a night.
Yeah, I gotta
have a good
make
one.
it upstairs before I fall asleep.
All right.
Take it easy,
Later.
guys.
Later,
I'll
guys.
see you next
Good
Tuesday.
Have a
night,
good night,
everyone.
boys.
Sweet nightmares.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another session of some Call of Cthulhu. Probably gonna get spicy here in the future. We'll see. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Got to give another big shout out to my buddy Parabox Boland. Thank you for the raid and coming by and even the sub. I appreciate it. Any of you guys watching, go check him out. He's going to be streaming over the next couple of days and he's doing like a fundraiser situation. So go check him out. See if we can't drop some biddies on him or something. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here. Have a great evening, and I'll catch you next stream.